to the PDXCON REMIXED Announcement Show. Now entering the remix is your host for the evening, the CEO of Paradox Interactive, Ebba Ljungerud.
Well, this is different. I wasn't sure what to expect from a digital PDXCon, but now when I'm here, actually maybe it's not that different. I mean, it's different in a few ways. First of all, you're not here. I miss the energy from you, the audience, but it's also different in a nice way. I get to leave my house. I get to actually put on some nice clothes, not just walk around in my ugly activewear all the time. It's certainly been a year. We launched CK3 in the middle of this. I can't believe we actually managed that. It feels like just a couple of days ago that King Henrik and I were standing on stage in Berlin announcing the game. But here we are. No matter what it takes, and no matter what virtual worlds I have to travel to make this happen, I am so proud and happy to get to host this announcement show for you. I just love that we can present everything that we have to show here today. All of us at Paradox, we've been working hard to bring you the games that you love and to make PDXCon REMIXED a reality, virtual or not. This is going to be a different show for sure, but I think you will like what we have got. I'm not going to go on for too long here in the beginning. I know you're eager to get to the games, but I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining this new spin of PDXCon. For me, PDXCon is really about three things, and I don't want us to miss any of those. The first one is the games, which we've got here today. So don't worry, we've got that part covered. The second part, that's our teams and staff. We've been working very hard all this time to bring games out to you. I have to admit, it has been a little bit harder than usual, but I also miss seeing everyone in the office chatting around the coffee machine. So I'm very happy to have some of you here today to join and talk about what you've been working on. Most importantly, of course, number 3, you, our players. As I said, it's better to have you here in person, and you've told us that one of the main reasons you come to PDXCon is to meet with us. We feel exactly the same way, just to bounce ideas and discuss what's going on. It's so fantastic. I'm glad we're able to do this as a digital event, but I do want you all to know that my goal and my ambition is that we can go back to having a live and physical PDXCon as soon as possible. I can't wait to see you all there. So, narrator, announcement person, where are you? Are you still there?
It's physically impossible for me to leave.
Okay, that's very concerning. But let's get this show on the road. It's time to talk about what's coming next for Crusader Kings 3.
Now entering the game director for Crusader Kings 3, welcome to the remix, Alexander Altner.
Hi, Alex. Welcome to our beautiful court.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So last time, when you were on PDX Insider, you talked about Northern Lords, our first flavor pack for Crusader Kings. And now you're here to announce the first expansion. Can you tell us a bit more?
Absolutely. First, to recap, we have released the Ruler Designer, free for everyone who plays CK3. And, as you mentioned, Northern Lords, where you got to experience life in Scandinavia and lots of Viking adventures. But now we are ready to announce the first major expansion that adds a new layer of gameplay and drama to the upper echelons of the ruling class.
So me being a bit of an insider, I have heard that there's a lot of both political intrigue and mysterious motivations in this expansion. And we also have a trailer to show just how involved life in court can be.
It is not enough to simply have power. One must display it. This wedding does not merely represent the union of two mighty houses. It's a show of power. Our court is a grand stage, a tribute to our might. Now the scene is set. Every player a pawn in this grandest of schemes. For when this day is over, our enemies shall taste their bitter defeat. Our revenge complete. and no one will ever underestimate our bloodline again. You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Wow, that's amazing.
Indeed. So what is the most iconic image of a medieval ruler you can think of?
This room, perhaps?
Indeed. It's a ruler on their throne surrounded by vassals and courtiers. This represents the grandeur of the monarch, how powerful they are, who they can surround themselves with. So you will be able to enter your own throne room and interact with numerous systems, all to further your own political power and agenda. There will be drama between courtiers, there will be exhibitions of wealth, and you will be able to deliver justice and much more. To this end, we bring you Crusader Kings 3, The Royal Court.
The Royal Court sounds very, very good. And being able to sit in the seat of power, doling out rewards, as the ruler of your very own court, that kind of sounds like a dream come true. Is that it, or do we have even more things in this expansion?
It is certainly part of it. So kings and emperors will have their own royal court, their throne room.
Yeah.
And in that, they can decide to hold court, inviting the vassals of the realm to air their grievances and come with petitions. And this has major impacts on the realm.
Okay.
But there is more. So the royal court is the embodiment of your power and grandeur and royal majesty. You will be judged by your peers based on its grandeur. What artifacts do you have on display? How much are you spending on your court in the form of lodgings or food or clothes? And the more you spend, the more interesting guests will want to visit your court.
Okay, guests. That sounds very intriguing. Will the guests, will they impact the court in very big sweeping ways, or is it more minute changes that comes from this?
So the guests will have something called an inspiration, which means that they want to do or make something. But they can't do it by themselves. They need your patronage.
Okay, and if I become a patron, how does that affect me as a ruler?
So there are different types of inspirations. For example, there are adventurers that want to go and hunt a mighty beast or find a lost artifact. But there are also smiths and weavers and scholars and many more. They all want to create something that you can either put into your inventory, your personal inventory, or into your court to further your grandeur.
Okay, very interesting guests indeed. If I understand it correctly, this expansion also contains a big overhaul of the cultural system.
Yes, I mean, what is a ruler without their subjects, after all?
True.
So this is likely the most exciting thing for a lot of players. Cultures, instead of being static, now have pillars such as language and heritage, and the traditions that set them apart from each other. They also have dynamic attitudes where happenings in the world will make cultures like or dislike each other. And as CK3 covers half a millennium of history, the cultures of old would be barely recognizable for us today.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And they changed and evolved over time. And to that end, we have introduced two new systems to represent this: divergence and hybridization.
I can't wait to get my hands on this, I have to say, and I know our community will feel the same. So is there a release date for this expansion?
Unfortunately, we cannot tell you when the Royal Court will be released.
Okay.
But know this, we're hard at work with it. First, we will finish the Azure patch.
And that's a free update?
Yes, released during this summer.
Okay.
And until the release of Royal Court after the Azure patch, we will have lots of dev diaries detailing Royal Court feature.
All right, very exciting. Good luck with this endeavor that you're on. I know that you also have a lot of stuff planned for this weekend, the PDXCON Remixed. Is there anything in particular that you want to highlight?
Yes, two things. The Trials and Tribulations panel and the Crusade Anything Q&A. Both of them have CK3 devs, so it will be very interesting to see what you will think.
Sounds good. Thank you, as always, for being here, Alex. Very nice to chat about Crusader Kings 3.
Happy to be here.
And we hope to see all of you in the community online, and we look forward to ruling our futures together.
Now advancing hundreds of years into the future to the city of Chicago. Entering the remix is the CEO of Romero Games and the director of Empire of Sin, Brenda Romero.
Brenda, hello. Welcome to our beautiful 20s Chicago.
Well, it's wonderful to be here on the other side of this floating monitor.
Well, welcome to the remix. How have you been?
Busy. We have all been hustling lately on updates and the new stuff we've put into Empire of Sin over the last few months. So our players have responded really well to changes like combat auto-resolve and the safe house changes and all the balancing and tweaks the team has done.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned at Paradox Insider that you're working on some really major changes. I have to say, I think this is one of the coolest things with our games, that when you think they're done and you think that there won't be any more additions, then the devs come back and they've done something completely new, and it's almost a new experience.
Then if I were to tell you that we're about to make some more major updates to Empire of Sin, you'd enjoy that news?
Yeah, I think I would be okay with that, yes.
Awesome. So where do I even start? I guess, first of all, we're 100% committed to making Empire of Sin as great as it be, both to improve what's already out there and add some new exciting things that you haven't seen before. So it's great that I get to confirm both of these today. And let's take a look at our next big update for starters, because we're making some major changes in what we call the Precinct update.
Ah, nice. Tell me more.
Sure. So one of the central features of the game we're working to update in the Precinct update is Empire management. And to do this, we're introducing a new concept to Empire of Sin called, this won't be a surprise, precincts. So precincts allow you to manage your neighborhoods in large areas rather than worry about each individual building. So you can upgrade several rackets at once with global changes, and precincts also help you set up supply lines and create a defensible perimeter.
Okay, so to me that sounds like a pretty substantial addition from a strategic point of view.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this means you can cut off your rival supplies and take over a precinct or two between theirs. So we really think it's going to improve how Empire of Sin plays, both in strategy and in empire management once your turf starts to grow. So we're also proud to announce that Empire of Sin, with the Precinct update, is going to add a feature that makes Paradox players very, very happy.
Okay, so that must be Sweden overpowered.
I don't know how you know these things. They set up an outpost in Chicago. Absolute confirmed. Actually, it is mod support.
Ah, okay. Well, that's just as good. We love mods.
In Sweden. So
In Sweden.
the precinct update is going to open up modding for PC players, and we're eager to see how the community plans to tell their own stories and to make Empire of Sin their own.
Okay, yeah, that sounds amazing. So when are we going to be able to play this new update?
Well, we're planning on launching the Precinct update alongside something else we're excited about. And for that, I'd like to show you our newest trailer.
Okay, let's roll it.
Greed. It's the real lifeblood of Chicago. And there's always opportunities to make a buck in this town. A fixer. Need a loan or help smoothing over a little relationship problem? Want to make sure your competition leaves town quietly. In this city, you gotta take what you want. Go ahead, make a move. Just remember, you better make it count. Meyer Lansky. At your service.
Yeah, so Make It Count is our first premium expansion for Empire of Sin, and it's going to bring a whiskey barrel of new content to the game. So the trailer's obviously just a tease, but soon we'll have much, much more to share with you. New missions, new items, new rackets, and more. So right now I want to introduce you to the game's new boss, Meyer Lansky. So Lansky was known as the mob's accountant. He succeeded through his financial know-how, and he even developed the criminal syndicates in Atlantic City. So you know he's as good with a gun as he is with numbers.
Very interesting. But so you mean that he's a boss that is actually better with the profits than the violence?
Well, he's definitely very good at both.
Okay.
He offers some new choices on how you might take over Chicago, and he wouldn't be a proper Empire of Sin boss if he didn't also have some vicious combat moves. So he's definitely got more than one way to close a deal.
Okay, Brenda, I really want to meet this guy. I also want to see the updates on all the other bosses. So tell me, when can we play this?
Make It Count and the Precinct update are both planned to debut later this year.
Okay, brilliant, Brenda. It's always a pleasure. Do you have anything else for our Empire of Sin fans that you want to share?
Yeah, actually, plenty more. So we've got all kinds of panels this weekend that the Romero Games team is helping out with, and I am especially eager to chat with our fans during our Q&A tomorrow. All the details, of course, are on the PDX Remix schedule.
They are indeed. Brenda, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to see you, and I hope to see you very soon again. There you have it. The first expansion and update coming for Empire of Sin later this year.
What use is a rifle without ammunition? And what use is ammunition in the hull of a sunken ship? A good general knows there is no strategy without logistics. For what use are 2,000 fit and well-trained soldiers if they're marching in the wrong direction? Over 5 years, millions of hours of gameplay have simulated every possible outcome of the Second World War. The tides have turned in all directions, and every capital in the world have seen a victory parade. But one thing remains consistent. Not one battle was ever won without the troops, the equipment, and the support being at the right place at the right time. On D-Day this year, we want to thank our players for 5 years of excellence. Looking ahead to future victories.
Welcome to the remix and happy anniversary to the game director of Hearts of Iron 4, Don Lind.
Wow. Yep, I can't believe it's been 5 years already, guys. It kind of feels like almost yesterday, but I guess time flies when you're having fun. I wanted to talk to you guys about basically how the game started, which was half of an email page that I sent to Johan and Fred for some feedback. And it outlined like the main things I wanted to do with Hearts of Iron 4. And for me, it was I wanted to focus on industry, and I wanted to focus on equipment. I always really liked those aspects of the war. I also wanted it to be a game where you focused a lot more on the big planning aspects rather than micromanagement and things like that. And also after the modding scene on HOI 3 didn't really take off, I wanted HOI 4 to be the Paradox game with the strongest, the best modding scene. So that was my focus. And thinking back a bit on development, I guess the only thing I really regret is the fact that we didn't get to use the whole marketing budget for Tank, because we did seriously talk about that, and I still haven't really given up hope. So maybe one day. It's been a pretty intense 5 years since release, and during that time we listened a lot, we updated a lot, and we focused on pretty much all of the aspects of World War II. So we've been expanding and updating both naval warfare, land warfare, air warfare, as well as adding new things like espionage, new alt history paths, and generally just more content. And also from a modding scene perspective, it is so big now. There's thousands of mods, there's a ton of really popular ones, and it's so great to see that, honestly. I still can't believe how big Hearts of Iron really has gotten, honestly, sometimes. Anyways, now that I'm here, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of the developers who worked on the game for over years, right? There's many of us now. And I also want to thank all of the people in the community, the influencers, the modders, the players, because you are the guys who have made the game great, and it's awesome. So, in fact, to celebrate that awesomeness for the anniversary, we got a bunch of cool planned activities. So, for example, we're going to be doing a really cool competitive multiplayer match with some famous influencers to see who is really the master of war there. And here at PDXCON, we're going to be running a bunch of cool panels as well, where you're going to be finding out both about the past and the future of Hearts of Iron. So I hope that's going to be really interesting. And that's actually all from me today. Hope this was interesting, and I'll see you guys later.
Wait, really? Okay, you know this is an announcement show, right?
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay, we do have one more thing, actually. Roll the clip, guys. All right. Consider that a little teaser for No Step Back, the next expansion for Hearts of Iron 4. It's going to be focusing on the Soviet Union. It's going to be focusing on the Eastern Front. You're going to be able to design your own tanks. You're going to be able to modify your military in new cool ways. And it's a brand new supply system using trains and railroads as well. So if you guys want to know more about this, we actually have several panels, and we'll be telling you guys a bit more details and cool stuff. So I hope I get to see you guys there.
Joining the remix is the community manager for City Skylines, Helena Grayson.
Hi, Helena, welcome.
Hello, thank you. The city is awesome.
I know, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Great to have you here. Tell me what's going on with the cities these days. Any surprises?
Yeah, actually, we do have some surprises. We have heard the community loud and clear. You want more content for City Skylines. So we're here to give it to you. We've reached out to two incredible content creators who have created two brand new content creator packs.
Oh, cool.
It's exciting news, I know, but why keep talking about it? Let's watch some videos.
Oh, yeah.
This is Earl Gibb, and you're listening to Sunny Breeze. Kick back or sit normally and relax.
This is Jane Ace. You're listening to Railhawk Radio.
Train stations and bridges and piers. Very fun. When will I be able to play?
Well, that's actually the best part. Both CCPs are available right now today on all platforms.
Very cool. Can't wait to get home and play. Tell me a bit more about what's in them.
Sure thing. For train stations, we brought on Bad Peanut, who is a longtime community creator. He's actually so talented that he's now working with Colossal Order.
Okay.
He created 12 stations and 4 hubs, both elevated and underground. They're super modern and super cool.
Great. What about Bridges and Piers?
Yeah, that one was created by Andres, aka Armesto. You might remember him from our City Builder series we did a while back. He created 22 unique assets that come in a variety of styles to fit any type of city's waterfront.
Cool, cool. And then you mentioned 2 radio stations?
Absolutely. We wanted to connect the radio stations to game content. Okay. So we took our inspiration for Rail Hawk Radio from our train station, CCP, and we have Sunny Breeze radio station, which is inspired by our Bridges and Piers, CCP.
Very, very cool. I am very much looking forward to this, and it sounds great. What about the future? Any other plans?
Yes, we want the community to know we are not done with cities. We will continue supporting our fantastic community with fun and engaging events. We recently concluded the Berlin build-off with the Stadtmuseum. We just finished our the last episode of our Meet the Expert series on YouTube, which if you haven't checked it out, you should. Our creative team did an amazing job. And currently we're working on an event with Red Bull. It's going to be a little bit later this year because we are working on a new approach.
Okay, so is this the competition you were hinting about when we were preparing before?
It is. We'll be inviting some creators to participate in challenges that we came up with. It should be pretty fun and interesting.
Okay, cool, cool. We'll check it out. And what about this weekend, PDXCON Remixed? What do you have planned?
We have lots planned. I myself will be participating in our global build-off and the Where Are We live stream, but I'm also excited for the workshop on how to build assets, since we just worked on the CCPs, and I'm excited for the return of the Talk Cities to me.
Good stuff, good stuff. Anything else you want to mention?
Mostly I just want to say thank you from the entire City Skylines team. We've enjoyed working on the CCPs, celebrating our 6th anniversary in March, working on the Berlin Build-Off and the Meet the Expert series, and now working with Red Bull on an event for the community. It's been incredible, and we're looking forward to making even more memories with this amazing community. We do it all because you are awesome.
Yeah, I could not agree more. The community and you guys, that's really the reason why we're here, I think. All right, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and good luck with the rest of the announcement show.
Thank you very much. All right, halfway through almost. How do you guys think it's going so far? Voiceover person, what do you think?
I'm contractually obligated to find this incredible.
Okay. Why did you sign a contract saying that?
It was in Swedish.
Okay, even more why did you sign that? But okay, I actually think this is amazing. I think we have a fantastic set. We've been working super hard to do this digitally, never before for us. So at least let's acknowledge the fantastic work that's gone into this.
I agree wholeheartedly with the opinions expressed by the CEO of Paradox Interactive, Ebba Ljungerud.
Oh well, at least I tried. Let's just move and remix to the next game.
Consider it remixed. And boom.
But wait, where am I now? Why am I in a desert?
This is but one environment available in our virtual set.
I know, but now why now?
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait, are you controlling this as well? I thought you were the voiceover.
I can do more than one thing. Just hang on. All right.
Please, just get us to the right background.
I made a slightly different desert. Okay, look, this machine is complicated and the tutorial was vague.
Did you check the wiki? Have you checked YouTube?
I made the sand blue. That's cool. All right, look, I'm on the forums. I got a solution. This ought to do it. Okay. Nope, not fixed. 1 second.
Oh, okay, I seem to be back now. Great. You know what, Voice in the Sky? Everyone deserves a second chance.
Okay, first off, I know I ain't exactly been a model prisoner over the years. But that was the old me, from before all these new rehabilitation programs. Today, I feel like a new man. ready to live a law-abiding life. I promise. Really?
Now, breaking into the remix from Double 11, Natalie Wicks and Gaz Wright.
Welcome, Gaz and Natalie. Great to see you guys again for PDXCon.
Hey, Ebba, thank you so much for having us.
Hi, it's nice to be back with Prison Architect.
Exactly, Prison Architect, tell us, what is Second Chances?
Yeah, so Second Chances is the 5th expansion from Paradox and Double 11, and it brings an evolution to the game's reform and rehabilitation systems. Many players in Prison Architect will play their games focusing on the inmates' low reoffending rates through their prison rehab and reform. So Second Chances introduces new rehabilitation programs, jobs, facilities to aid your prisoners' reintegration into society. But if you mess up, reoffending prisoners may now return to your prison, and when they return, they can be even more badass than before.
Ah, okay. New reform programs. Sounds good. Can you tell us a bit more about those?
Absolutely. The new programs are great. We have conflict resolution classes, which are led by former inmates who've been rehabilitated while serving time in your prison. There's also been meet and greet sessions where your inmates can meet and mingle with members of the public. And then there is my personal favourite, of course, which is animal therapy classes, where the inmates can spend quality time petting dogs.
Okay, I love the furry friends thing. Maybe if I'm lucky, my dog can be a little extra at some point. I hope so.
We'll talk about it, yeah.
Okay, about the program, how will they affect the reoffending rate?
Oh, great question. So prisoners who attend classes will see improvements in their behaviours. They'll also lose negative traits and reputations. And there's also new programs that enable prisoners to work in the new prison bakery and restaurant. Through good behaviour, prisoners can even reduce their sentence, but this now also means the reverse as well, so that if inmates commit crimes while inside, they'll see their sentences extended.
Okay, I understand. Gaz, to me this sounds like a really big change to the game's reoffending mechanics. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Every prisoner in the game has their reoffending rate, which is affected by how much you punish or provide for them as a player, and now it matters more than ever before. So once a prisoner is now released, if they reoffend on the outside, you can see them returning. But there's also rewards for wardens who release prisoners successfully. And that's not all. Second Chances will include new customizable wages for prisoners, new uniform colours, and much more.
Great. I know we have a lot of players who are going to want to get their hands on this. Do we have a release date?
Yeah, it's very soon. So on June the 16th on PC, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and June the 29th for Nintendo Switch players. And we'll also have a free content update for players launching alongside, and this will add a new narcotics search order, wall panels to divide up your rooms, new policies, and much more.
Okay, so only about 3 weeks to go. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this. Natalie, anything else that you guys are planning for this year's PDXCon?
Oh yeah, there's plenty more from us. Some of our amazing development team are going to be taking part in a meet and greet later on. As well, there'll also be a stream from Larry Lawton, who's an ex-jewel thief, who now runs a non-profit organisation dedicated to prison reform. He will be playing and showing off some of the amazing community-built prisons. There'll also be a host of other streams with other community members, including The Great Escape with Dre, Baron Von Games, and Blitz.
Those are some really cool names. Thank you so much, Gaz and Natalie, for joining us here today. I hope to see you soon again.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much, Ebba. Thank you.
Okay, and we actually have one more piece of exciting news for Prison Architect today. We have this. The Prison Architect Cardboard County Penitentiary game. This is, as it sounds, a cardboard game, and it's being financed through Kickstarter, so it's already live, so you can go on there if you want to check it out today.
The Remix is vast and full of wonders. Please welcome the game director for Stellaris, Daniel Morigarde.
Hello everyone. A lot has happened with Stellaris in the 2 years since I last got the chance to talk to you like this. Among other things, we have announced a board game in collaboration with Academy Games, and the Kickstarter was fully funded within the first hour. So it's been really fun to see such excitement for Stellaris as a brand. We really want to thank our fans for making Stellaris bigger and better than ever. And I'm happy to announce that Stellaris has now sold more than 4 million copies on PC alone. And with the recent release of Nemesis, we also saw the biggest amount of daily active players ever, with a bit over 250,000. So again, a massive thanks to all of our community. So all right, let's talk some news. So first up, we have some news for Console Edition. We're happy to announce that Expansion Pass 4, which includes Federations and the 2.8 Butler update, will be available on June 17th. Let's check out the trailer.
For millennia, we studied the heavens. Only now is it clear. We were looking in the wrong direction.
I no longer agree to your terms. From now on, you will agree to mine.
We are born when the flesh fails and unlocks our true potential.
So, Console Edition fans, mark June 17th in your calendars right now. And on the PC side, this year marks a special occasion, as Stellaris is turning 5. It also marks a generation shift, with the recent release of Nemesis and the 3.0 update. And again, I really want to thank our fans for being such passionate and engaged people that are helping us by providing feedback so that we can make Stellaris a better experience. And now is perhaps the best time to get your friends to try the game, because it is currently free on Steam for the remainder of this weekend. On behalf of PDS Green and the entire development team, I want to invite you to celebrate Stellaris turning 5, and let's together look forward to an even brighter future. See you there.
The life I've lived, the things I've seen, sailing through the light of distant stars, to see what lies beyond the veil. To learn why we exist. What is our place in the galaxy? I've heard ancient echoes of voices long silent. I've seen creatures of completely different origin and form. And yet, it's only the beginning. For our greatest achievements lie in the stars ahead.
Now entering the remix is the product marketing manager for Surviving Mars, Liz Hirata.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
How are you doing today?
Doing really well, thank you.
And how's our game doing? How's Surviving Mars doing?
It's doing really awesome, too. We're hard at work right now. If you didn't hear at PDX Insider, we announced that new content is going to be coming for Surviving Mars in 2021 from our good friends over at Abstraction.
I did hear, and that's very exciting. And we do actually have one of the devs with us today, Bart Vossen from Abstraction. Hi, Bart. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Great to be here.
Great to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit more about your studio?
Abstraction is a game development studio based in the Netherlands, and we've worked with several other studios before on games like Ark Survival Evolved and Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Now we're super excited to work with Paradox and Surviving Mars.
Very cool. So are we. We really love Surviving Mars. I do know that you've already released a bit of content for the game, right?
Yeah, we've released a tourism update in March. It's always a bit nerve-wracking right before release, but it was super cool to see the fans' reaction and especially their excitement to the announcement of more content later this year.
Okay, all right. That's really great to hear. Tell me, what's up next then with this content this year?
We've got a bunch of exciting new plans to expand the game and add cool features in the near future. We can't wait to tell the players about it, but since we're still in development, we don't want to go too deep into it just yet. Instead, we did bring you guys a cool teaser image.
Looks very, very cool. I can't wait to see what's coming next, and I look forward to the gameplay going deeper. Liz, for this weekend, what is our team planning?
We've got a lot of things planned. Well, first and foremost, if you haven't tried Surviving Mars yet, first of all, why not? But second of all, we have a free weekend going on, just like Stellaris and Cities. So you can try out Surviving Mars all weekend if you want. Besides that, we've got a lot of community activities going on. So if you want to get to know the new devs who are going to be making the new DLC that's coming out in 2021, you're more than welcome to hop into those community activities. And then we're also doing something that I'm really, really excited about. So I don't know how much you love the Surviving Mars original soundtrack.
I do.
I love it a lot. And I also really love vinyls. So I'm really excited to announce that we're going to be starting pre-orders for the Surviving Mars original soundtrack vinyl, which you can go to vinyl.survivingmars.com and you can send in your pre-order.
Great. Is it true that NASA used the music for Surviving Mars when they did the stream for the landing a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's true.
Yeah?
It's true.
That's also very exciting. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Bart. It was great having both of you on the show.
It was great being here. I can't wait to share more about Surviving Mars in the near future.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Wow, this has been quite an excitement for one show. I hope you've all enjoyed seeing all of it. From the distant past of Crusader Kings to the far future of Stellaris and everything in between. If you haven't seen everything Paradox has to offer, plenty of our games are available right now on Xbox Game Pass. This is just the beginning too. We've got a whole weekend of PDXCON Remixed to look forward to. So on behalf of all of Paradox, hey, why did you turn off the lights? I wasn't done saying thank you to everyone. Well, we might have just one more thing to share with you today.
Never before have the lives of so many changed so much, so quickly, as when the engines came to life for the very first time, with a roar that echoed over continents. In the soot and ash covering the streets, the people planted seeds of revolution. Visionaries of commerce and diplomacy electrified the world, and sparks of inspiration flew towards the sky. Up over the smokestacks, rose a promise of a grand tomorrow.
is my profound pleasure to welcome to the remix the game director of Victoria 3, Martin Onward.
So there you have it, Victoria 3 confirmed. But what, you probably are not asking, is Victoria 3? Well, Victoria 3 is a grand strategy game that takes place between the beginning of the Victorian age in the 1830s to the early 20th century and a world that would have been entirely unrecognizable to Lord Melbourne. The 19th century saw the expansion of railways, the invention of the telegraph, mighty steamships, new weapons of war, and, most importantly, new ways of viewing the world. The abolition of slavery and serfdom, the fight for the emancipation of women, the trade union movements, the effects of nationalism and pan-nationalism, socialism and free trade liberalism. But you, of course, you already know all that. So what can you expect from Victoria 3? Well, for one, the iconic pop system that is so core to the Victoria franchise is of course back, deeper than ever. And we've also added political interest groups and a new, robust market system. We've also made changes to how diplomacy and war works, and I look forward to telling you a lot more about that in the future. Now, we recognize that Victoria has a special place in your heart, and we promise you we are not moving away from the detailed population management that is at the core of the series. We have learned a lot over this decade, and we want to use that knowledge to build the deep and immersive society sim that you would expect and that the fans deserve. But we also want to make use of that knowledge to make the game a bit friendlier to newcomers so that they too can enjoy the Victoria series. Now, it is way too early to be talking about a release date or even a release window. But keep an eye on our social media and official forums, including Discord, as we'll be posting regular updates and information as development progresses. We also have a few panels about Victoria 3 coming up right here at PDXCON, so I hope you're all looking forward to those. It is a profound honor to have been entrusted with the development of a game that so many people have been clamoring for over the years, and I very much look forward to telling you all about it in the months to come.
Wow, Martin, this is awesome. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. It's so good to finally be able to talk about this after years of just sitting there and going, you have no idea.
Yeah, it has been quite a while for you. And for us, all of us, actually. Oh. I know you have quite a few things planned for the weekend. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, we actually have several panels about Victoria 3 coming up. Right after this, in fact, we're going to have a panel called Welcome to Victoria. We'll be going through the core game vision and the game's design pillars. We're also going to have a panel where our lead game designer, Mikael, will be talking about the economics of the game, the nuts and bolts of Victoria 3's economy.
Very important.
Very, very important, called Vikinomics.
Ah, good name.
And on top of all that, we're also going to have a panel that's called Together for Victoria, where me, Henrik Hansson Grugi, and Don Lind Podcast will be talking development history of the entire Victoria series, war stories from Victoria 2, and things like that. So I think that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that all sounds amazing. I, for one, can't wait to play the game. I wish you and the team best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I never actually thought I would be standing here and being a part of the announcement of Vicky 3. I have goosebumps. Thank you again, Martin, and thank all of you for joining us for this announcement show. Definitely stay tuned here to see more about Victoria, but until then, this has been so much fun. We saw the Royal Court coming to CK3, met the new boss for Empire of Sin with Make It Count, celebrated with Hearts of Iron and Stellaris, had a quick peer at Cities, got a second chance with Prison Architect, and looked into the future with Surviving Mars. I think that's everything we've got. Voice person, anything else?
PDXCON Remixed Announcement Show was made possible today thanks to the help of our friends at Razer, Discord, Easy Trick, Freaks for You Gaming, Xbox, AOC, Recaro, Twitch, and Night Team 4.
A huge thanks to all of our partners. You are helping us make PDXCon what it is. And thank you, my friend in the sky. You've been quite loud.
It's my only marketable skill.
Okay, well, from all of us at Paradox, we can't wait for you to get to play these games and make some new stories. Stay tuned for more PDX content.
Oh, yikes.
I'm allowed one stupid joke. Anyway, this has been amazing. Thank you and enjoy the weekend, everyone.